Relationships are the primary vehicle through which we experience formation. Relationships are the primary vehicle we experience relationships. If you are a butt in a seat, which represents a number, we don't have a relationship. If there are strings attached to this, there's no relationship. Relationships are ends in themselves. Imagine this with me for a second. Jonah 1 again. The word of the Lord came to Jonah saying, go to the great city of Nineveh. Let's replace the word go for a second. Pray for the city of Nineveh. The Lord came to Jonah and said, hey, Jonah, got a really important task for you. I want you to pray for Nineveh. Do you think there'd be any more book? Do you think he would have run? No. God is saying, Jonah, take your body, the body called Jonah, and put it in the space of the people called Nineveh. Be among them. Look in their faces. Know them. That's why he runs. Like in theory, I love the idea of reaching people. I was like, okay, here we go. In a survey done by Barna, 99% of pastors, which in statistics, you know, is a slight majority. 99% of pastors believe the church is not good at evangelism. Not me. I'm the, you know. I believe the reason for that is because we were handed a good thing with bad handles. A lot of us, when it's like, hey, I'm going to be an evangelist in my workplace, we're like, nope. That was Randy. I remember Randy. Randy worked here. He'd leave tracts in the break room. He'd be like, I'm going to pray for you. And you're like, I didn't ask that. Thank you. Randy was awkward. Are you telling me I got to be Randy? No. Relationships are the primary way we do spiritual formation. What does that mean? Trust is the bridge love walks across. Trust is the bridge love walks across. How can we be evangelists in our workplace? We be trustworthy people who build trust. We love God's honor and compassion. We share that with our neighbor. It's not a zero-sum game. I want you to receive that. I want you to experience that. So when our coworker shares, hey, here's what I'm going through. Here's my life. How do I build trust? In a lot of offices, when I share something with you, it's like, ooh, I got leverage. But now as a Jesus follower, someone who's trying to build trust, it's like, you know what? Thank you for sharing that. If you don't want me to tell anybody, I'm a vault. I want to build trust. And over time, when we show ourselves to be trustworthy, people give us more. They open up more. They tell us more. And eventually, you will be in a position where you can use this sentence. Hey, thank you so much for sharing that. Man, can I share with you just a way that God has met me in a similar situation? I don't want to be preachy. Please hear me say that. I just want to share with you something that matters to me. And if there's trust, you will hear a yes. Nuns, that group, remember that group who they don't identify as Christian, Catholic, Muslim, Buddhist, Hindu? They're none of the above. Do you know what percentage of nuns will come to church if invited by a friend or family member? While you're thinking about that, I want to ask you this. What's the lottery this week? Is it $165 million? I believe it is. The lottery is $165 million. If you had a 10% chance to win the lottery, that is $165 million, which after taxes is only like $84 million. If you had a chance to win $84 million, a 10% chance, would you buy a ticket? Yeah. Even if you don't like the lottery, you have questions about the ethics of it, I would buy a ticket if there's a 10% chance to win. And then I'd find out what news station does like the ball thing. I don't know if they still do that. I'd figure out how lottery works. I'd buy 1 million tickets. The 10% chance. We have something better than the lottery. We have the best product. we've got good news. If there's trust, and you ask your friend who is a nun to come to church with you, there is a 53% chance they will say yes. Why? Because trust is the bridge that love walks across. And if you genuinely have a connection to that friend, you're like, look, I just want wholeness for you. I'm not saying you have to be this way for me to love you. I'm saying you belong. Unconditional. You belong before you believe. If there's that kind of trust, and you invite someone to something, say, okay, yeah. Trust is the bridge that love walks across. But look, in order to receive what could be, we have to hold what is with open hands. In order to receive what could be, we have to hold what is